your boy Hoop Jogging back with another live, man, and I'll make this brief because I'm at the J, so we're not gonna hold you up too long. But let's go ahead and talk about the subject matter. Is Russell Westbrook done? Part 9. I know some of y'all may be thinking, man, why are you picking on Russell Westbrook? And the reason is this. In my opinion, I've never really seen a superstar who's basically maintained his health be so tone deaf over the course of his career. And by tone deaf, I mean this. I've never seen a guy who does not understand nuance in basketball at a very high level. I haven't seen a guy, MVP caliber guy, who has not worked on his jump shot and completed, his game, round his game out. Because when I compare Russell Westbrook, I think of a lot with James Harden. James Harden, to me, still, also rather, a low IQ basketball player. But at least James turned into passing James this last year. He led the NBA in assists, I believe. And I can get jiggy with that. Because when I watched James Harden's career, I actually loved him when he played for Oklahoma City. I thought he was the second best player on that team. Now, until the NBA Finals happened and James Harden went to bed, and then I kind of started turning the side out to that young man. I was just like, I've never seen a guy who's so talented melt down like that, not named LeBron James, in the NBA Finals. So when he went to Houston, I started seeing kind of a bastardized version of basketball being played. And listen, one thing I am over here is a basketball purist. I do not like style of play when you are not playing organically, especially if you have the ball in your hands most of the time. So what does all this matter? When we start talking about people like Russell Westbrook, that's the same cancer he has. And so, listen, man, I'm glad Russ is getting a chance to play the game he loves for at least 2 more years, and he's playing for a good basketball team, which is the Los Angeles Clippers. Y'all hit the like button. But at the same time, I saw various news outlets, by news I say YouTube outlets, and I read the comment section when people are talking about the signing, and people saying how much of an insult it was, and that's Russ, that's Brody. And what people don't understand is it's not about it being an insult. It's about what does your market value represent in the open market. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, his market value is low. So I gotta say, Hoop Jogging was right. Because listen, I've been doing this series since about December of 2020. And this is going back into the point where your boy Russell Westbrook was playing for Washington. And I was telling you, like, this dude is more to the finish line than he is to the start line. He's on his way down. At the time, there was 3 teams in 3 years. OKC, the Rockets, and now Washington. And I saw some people were saying that, y'all hit that like button, please. Well, Russ had a good game against Brooklyn, which he did. He had it's like the revenge game against KD, and he had a really good game. I think he brought his team back to go into overtime or something to that effect. But overall, when you watch his body of work, this great play got him and Bradley Beal into the play-in game. And that was it. I don't give credit for no former MVP for that. That's nothing. Because that same year, your boy Chris Paul, I believe it was the same year, he took that OKC team that nobody expected to do nothing with, right? That young, super young, blown-up team, and did what? Took him to the playoffs? Or had him the game outside the playoffs, some to that effect. And Chris Paul is not an MVP level player. Now, he is to me, one of my favorite point guards because he plays basketball the right way. But that's what individual accomplishment from the point guard position looks like. Just saying. And shout out to Justin Singles. He says, folks getting humbled. Him and Kyrie, even though Kyrie making good money, when another team was asking for Kyrie services, maybe the Rockets. Yeah. Listen, I love Kyrie Irving, man. But listen, when you play basketball one type of way, when you have a cantankerous personality, guess what? When the juice ain't worth the squeeze no more, people going to be like, I'm good. And that's what's happening to your boy Russell Westbrook. Salute to Rap God. Good to see you, bro. The one JP TV says, I knew when Russ couldn't win with the team he had at OKC and Durant would never win a ring. He too damn selfish. Listen, again, I got to lament back to this every time I talk about this guy. He never played point guard until he got to the NBA. He never played point guard until he got to the NBA. One more time. He never played point guard until he got to the NBA. That means certain little idiosyncrasies that a point guard is supposed to have, he's not able to derive for them. So he's going to go off his instincts, which is to score, which is to push pace, which is to hustle. And those things are great. I just don't want my point guard leading with those attributes, because you have to be able to have nuance to your game. So I'm not going to talk about the old stuff like Ricky Rubio when he bust his ass, and in the bubble when he said the guy couldn't guard him when they down 20 to the Lakers. Whatever. Just the current facts we have. His stint with LA, and people say LeBron ruined him. Okay, maybe I'll give you some of that, because when you play with LeBron James, what happens? You got to become a spot-up shooter. And one thing we know Russell Westbrook can't do is shoot the goddamn ball. How do we know that? Because last year, of qualifying three-point shooters, Russell Westbrook was a whopping last place. Going up until like the last few weeks now, maybe he bumped himself up a few slots. One of the worst shooters in basketball. That's not hoop jogging hating. That's reality, right? So much so, when you see him playing in his own home gym, being a Laker, people saying, no, we shoot the ball. Tell me a former MVP you see get some treatment like that. Every gym you're in, to the rest of your career, MVP, we hit the free throw line. He got none of that in LA. None of that. He didn't deserve none of it. So, bring it on back to what we're talking about right now. He had a good, statistical contribution to the Clippers. I'm not going to take that away from that man. I think he needed that burden taken away from playing for the Lakers. And I have to say this. One thing that I saw off rip, and I put a video out, when he said that there's no expectation to win when he joined the Lakers, I'm like, boy, you were sadly mistaken. That's not how I roll out here in LA. No. The Lakers are like the Cowboys are back home in Texas. You win, there's nothing. We don't put up divisional banners. That's not how I roll out here in LA. And that's the thing that, so when Russell Westbrook said that, he tipped his hand about his mental. His mental is, oh man, I made it already. Yeah, in Oklahoma City you did. Questionable for the Rockets. Questionable for the Wizards. But, bro, this the show now. It's you see them banners up there? Ain't no scrubs names up there. That's how I roll. And so then I saw we had the slow start, so I was like, nah, I'm out. Well, no, I was out as soon as we signed him. I'm just going to keep it real. I was out as soon as we signed him. But at any rate, going over to playing for the Clippers, I guess it was a breath of fresh air, not having that expectation on you no more. So now you can just go play clean, free basketball. But I got to say, the caveat was, and y'all remind me, either Kawhi or Paul George was out. I want to say Paul George was out. But anyway, you weren't playing with the team at full speed, meaning you were able to play clear and free basketball. And so when you're able to do that, you can just go out there and freelance. Now, when there's expectation this coming year, when you got to play inside of a system, we're going to see how that changes. Because that changes everything. When you can just let Russ be Russ and let him play his game, that's cool. That's going to get your head thumped in. But what's going to happen when you need him to play more nuanced? That's the real question. I'm going to catch up in your comments. JPTV says, exactly, point guard set the plays up like Kobe and Jordan. And and even Kobe, who was kind of selfish, even Kobe understood how to set guys up. He was very good in the half court, especially working with Paul Gasol, setting up backdoor cuts and, leading guys. I always call it like a lead pass to a bucket. And that's what bigs like the most. What just scores, you put in that scoring pocket. To me, Russell Westbrook is I got to bring the ball up. I got to survey. If I can't get my bucket, then I pass. And that just takes guys out their rhythm. I would akin that to like watching Tim Tebow play football. Tim Tebow play football. If you watch those receivers like Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace to him, they always had to break off their routes to come catch his balls. And dudes do not like to do that who are route runners. I want to come out my break, clean break, catch and go. Not do my route, come out my break, look, oh, he's still running. Oh, then run back, catching and run upfield. That's not what receivers like to do. Same deal with NBA players is they want the ball where they can catch and efficiently score, not catch and wait and, well, wait. Do a little cut, wait, get it. Okay, now you better make it. And you want guys like what's that dude name? A. Robinson. He played with him in OKC. You want him to be become like this optimum spot up shooter. No, no, that ain't work. Justin says, like what's been said before, players make him a person, but don't really want. Yeah, exactly. And y'all hit the like button, please. Yeah, Russell Westbrook. I'm not denying he's not a good person. So it's funny when you criticize his game, people turn to his personal life. And he did that horse shit when he talking about people calling me Westbrook and my kid, he's this dude really went there. He said that my kid proud of his name, and I'm like, dude, you really going there? You really going there to try to deflect that heat off your ass? Really? You talk about how people call you teasing your kid? Cut it out, bro. That's just called deflection. Cut it out. How about stop shooting bricks? Because we saw Russell, your boy Derek Fisher call him that online. Well, I'm sorry, on air. He was with James Worthy on the Spectrum. It was a local LA channel, but it went viral. He called him Westbrook because he says it behind his back. Because everybody knows it. Don't get mad, bro. Play better. All right, so Russ is a typecast point guard, a great dude, a bad coaching. Yeah, I mean, Russ is a play hard guy. And listen, in most locker rooms, you want at least one play hard guy. Play hard guys will just run through the wall for you no matter what, because they just have a high motor. Where other guys are real laid back, it's refreshing to have a guy like, come on, y'all, let's go. It's refreshing. Problem is, generally speaking, when that's your best player or one of your best players and the game don't match up with the talking, then it poses problems. Because the reason why is because with that strong personality, guys will shy away from correcting him. So if nobody's correcting him on the floor, then guess what? That player has carte blanche to do what the hell he wants to do. And the problem was early in Russ's career, he was coddled too much. Y'all remember when they brought in Maurice Cheeks to be his like personal advisor, little coach, because we had those temper tantrums. He said at the end of the bench, and then Mo Cheeks sitting back there trying to calm him down. When you have too much of that, that takes away from the team dynamic. I'm sorry. And guys may not say it to his face, but they start whispering like, man, Russ tripping, man. So then guess what happens? When you go into that same little moxie routine, people start to kind of just, all right, yeah, whatever. That's how it goes. That's how basketball players are. All right. Let's see. Russ, he was typecast as a point guard due to bad coaching. Okay, yeah. Winning makes money. Always. Always. And shout out to Chuck Morris. Good to see you, brother. Justin also says, I remember when Westbrook came to LA, it had you questioning if you wanted to be a Rockets fan. LOL, it got bad. Yeah, you remember that? When he came to the Lakers, I was like, nope, don't want this. Nope. Because again, the pieces don't fit. You can't have a ball-dominant LeBron James. You can't have a wing floating out / posting up AD and expect Westbrook to work with that. No. Russell Westbrook is I had a ball in my hands and I play hard guy. Because you know LeBron James ain't playing off ball. Not like that. And truth be told, I don't care if he's either player, but I'd rather have the ball in LeBron's hands before his. That's for damn sure. So we saw it with Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo played with LeBron, Lonzo was relegated to be a corner three-point shooter, and he finally figured it out once he went to New Orleans the year after. But while he played for the Lakers, Zoe still had some go in him, and he couldn't do shit. So I'm not dismissing the fact that the LeBron James factor does kind of water your game down a little bit. I'll meet you there. But my whole question was, what the hell else does Westbrook do? And the question is, war. What is he good for? Absolutely nothing. Let me stop. I ain't gonna say Westbrook ain't good for nothing, but if you're trying to win and you have to have off-ball play, that is a horrible guy to bring in. So again, bring it back to what we're talking about. I really wonder about what's gonna be his role when the Clippers are at full staff. Because last year, again, being able to play free and clear, the injury bug had come. That's easy. It's like playing street ball. But when you have to have structure, what are you gonna do? All right. Let's see. Russ was able to let's see. I remember when Westbrook. Okay, Russ was able to win an MVP with bad spacing. Yes, because Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, he got a narrative. I mean, they're all pretty much narrative MVPs if you want to go down that rabbit hole. But Russ he had the triple double average, which has been done again, I believe. To me, it never was that was probably one of the worst MVP selections. I think James Harden should have won that year, personally. You know, I hate James Harden game, but James Harden supposed to be MVP. But you know, they had the Nipsey Hussle connection when he scored that 20, 20, and 20 for his death. The NBA likes to placate to like liberal agendas, in my opinion, and that was just the crux of it. But I mean, he did get MVP. You can't take it away from it. It happened. I just hope Cam, the new guy the Rockets have, doesn't take everything from Westbrook's game. He said he needs some. Yeah. I always wonder when guys say they get their game from Westbrook. I'm like, listen, I get the go hard part. I get the dunking on boys and posterizing, which is awesome. It's very admirable that Russell Westbrook has in his game, that never give up mentality. Very admirable. But listen, I don't need my 6-foot 3-point guard running through the wall like that, bro. I need you surveying and understanding how to get everybody else in line. That's what I need. All right, let's see. Y'all mash that like button for your bull hoop joy. Absolutely. Appreciate you, G. LeBron and Russ are pattern players. Yep. Westbrook, been done. He shouldn't even have won MVP. Harden got that year, but stats were. Yeah, that's why I just lamenting to, like, in my opinion, that was James Harden's MVP. Not even close. Not even close. Cause I think Westbrook's team at the time was like the number 5 or 6 seed or some shit like that. And I know the MVP denotes that most valuable player, meaning who's the most valuable to their team, but they never give it to a player that low. It's always like either best player, best team, or second best team. They made that provision for other reasons, in my opinion. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. Iverson was the worst MVP statistically in NBA history. I don't know it to be fact, but I'll take your word for it. You know, another guy I don't care for. Still great. Still one of the best to ever lace it up on some capacity. I'll put Iverson probably like top 30, somewhere around there. Top 30, 25 maybe. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Westbrook has to come off the bench. But let me tell you, the Clippers gave up the form for Gordon and then waves him. I'm just saying that the Clippers not winning nothing this season. Yeah, that's very likely. That's very likely. I just think it's very revelatory that Russ, that people who were down this hill about Russ being disrespected and Russ don't get the proper love. Y'all do know he was an unrestricted free agent, right? Meaning, if somebody was really out of 30 teams, if he was as great as you say he is, somebody would throw a bag at him, because they throwing bags at everybody. Dylan Brooks got a bag, right? Austin Reeves got a bag. Why Russ get a Ziploc bag? That boy got some Ziploc bag money. He got that corner boy money, right? So it's like, it's because everybody understands this obvious thing that this dude is on the way. Again, he's close to the finish line than he is to the starting line by far. And the Clippers did him a solid. I saw somebody on some stream saying that the Clippers disrespected him by offering. I'm like, dude, you better be glad a contender offer you that kind of money. Because if not, this dude would be in Washington, right? He'd be right back in Washington. Probably making about, I'd say about 25 mil a year, 20, 25. Because they got nothing to go off of, so you got to put asses in seats. They're rebuilding. Sign them for like a year or two. Let him and Kyle Kuzma just run up the court. But I like, maybe that number wasn't like, no, I don't want to pay 20, 25. So Clippers got him at 4. And somebody said that the Clippers are lucky that Russ took that money. I'm like, no. There are plenty of other $4 million guys you can come bring in to help you out with your scheme. What it seems like to me is they were loyal to him because he came in with a clear conscience, a clear mind, moved the stuff from one side of crypto arena to the other side. He came in ready to hoop, and he played well. His 3-point percentage was up. The Clippers were actually playing good basketball with him out there, so I give him his props. But in my opinion, that's not sustainable. But you know, it was cool for the moment. All right, let's see. Still understand how, and shout out to my guy Third, man. Good to see you, man. Third World Columbia in the building. Let's see, placate is the right word. Yep. I still don't understand how Westbrook is still in the league, but Melo isn't, when Melo has always been way more efficient than Westbrook. Less attitude, all we know how they do. I just think the NBA doesn't want 40-year-old guys hanging around, not named LeBron James. So Melo is fortunate he got that second life, in 2017, I think, when Portland picked him up. So 2018, something like that. I think that was the NBA doing him a solid. And I think, Melo's my age. He'll be 40 this year probably. Yeah, we just, you don't want to league little with 40-year-olds, because Westbrook is only like 34, something like that. So yeah. Listen, man, Carmelo had a great career overall. Left a lot of meat on the bone, but I mean, I'm not excited to watch Carmelo Anthony play. Me personally. Eric Gordon just signed with the Suns. That's a great pickup for them. They need to fill their roster out. Great pickup for them, especially a veteran who can shoot, who can play, the hybrid point guard position. Smart, very, very smart pickup. Iverson had a subpar to average team in the finals and won a game against the dynasty team that should have swept the Sixers. Well, that's more of that semantics argument, and I don't put that much stock in that. Because you can punch somebody in the mouth one time, but if you got a gentleman sweep, I don't really give you a lot of credit. But from a talent, disparity standpoint, I hear what you're saying. And to that I counter with, Philly did a really good job of letting Iverson be Iverson and everybody else playing defense. They did a really good job of that. So it was a method to the madness. I think Dikembe Mutombo was the defensive player of the year that year. So offensively, it was him and Larry Hughes, basically. But it ain't like he ain't had nobody. Let me say that. And also in that dynamic, Eric Snow allowed Iverson to still play the two when his ass had been playing point guard. Because Eric Snow would pick up the two guards every time. So that had a very clunky dynamic. So it was designed not to win no championship. But it was designed to let AI be featured and let him just go as far as he would take you. And he took you to the finals one time. But, a gentleman sweep, I don't get a lot of credit for that. Just like LeBron got gentleman swept in 2018? I don't get credit for that. You got your ass whooped. You got your ass whooped. Let's see. Van Vliet got the bag. Absolutely. Dame is going to Miami. Yep, I think so too. John Singer says, do true MVPs really get treated like this? Westbrook got it. Man, exactly. And that's what I led in with. I've never seen an MVP fall off this hard, this bad. Well, he's been on, like 6 teams in 6 years if you count Utah? That's crazy. Third says, if the Clippers sign James Harden, the dumber adding Harden is just going to make the Clippers implode even faster. Yeah, your boy James Harden is in a kind of a quagmire too. James Harden overplayed his hand with this team hopping shit. And somebody will take his services. But as I let in earlier, I see his game as the same as Westbrook in a certain capacity, where he needs a lot of hands-on shit going on. Whereas if he was more of a balanced player, he could extend his career out. But that's where we at with James Harden. So pretty much he got the Clippers, because he got a lot of salary to take on. So he's going to be the Clippers. People said Portland, but I don't think he wants to go rebuild anywhere. I think he wants to go compete, quote unquote. I don't know, man. He must just not like Joel Embiid. Why not play another year with the league MVP? I don't get it. All right. G says, Westbrook knows there's not a lot of marketing. He made his money. Absolutely. Shout out to Splash, says, I'm new. Good to see you, bro. Splash, you say that Westbrook is still very solid. Solid as in what? The phases of matter? Solid liquid gas? he solid like that? All right. I'll give you that one. No, bro. He's not a solid player anymore, man. Russell Westbrook is a fringe starter and probably best suited as a role player off the bench. Darvin Ham did a really good job of selling him on that point. And in a lot of spaces, him coming off the bench was a better iteration of him than the first year starting for the Lakers. And now again, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, he went to the Clippers and started, but yeah, that's when you're playing error-free basketball at that point. They got the injuries. You can just go out there and hoop. So that's why I say he's a fringe starter. But when you start putting these people back on the team, with Kawhi and wherever they go with, when you have to actually run a structured offense, that solid shit out the window. It's been out the window for like a few iterations now. Let's see, Westbrook has had to move his family many times on that. Yeah, but that boy had to move more than a little bit. Okay, I want to see Westbrook win a chip. I mean, you know, if he win one, he win one. I just don't see it. His game is not conducive to winning. Nuggets are big contenders for next year. Shit, the Nuggets are the standards, bro. Y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. I appreciate the comments, even if I do not agree with them. They have superstars and a bunch of great role players. Yes, they do. Third says the problem with the Suns is they have a number of offensive players, no defense. Yeah, so Eric Gordon's gonna bring a little bit of defensive help, a little bit. So, but you want to bring in high IQ guys too, because Phoenix is gonna have to outthink a lot of teams because they got the firepower, but they have to be like very, what's the word I'm looking for? They have to be very savvy to win games too, because the NBA is a league full of idiots. I'm sorry, and no disrespect to them brothers in real life, but basketball IQ, ball that shit, throw it in the trash can. It's just unreal, man. The Suns don't have any depth. Well, they're working on that. Aaron McKee won 6 man, exactly. 6 man a year, defensive player of the year. Iverson had help. Kill that noise. He won in 2017. You talking about Lakers? Only 2023. Who you talking? You talking about Russell Westbrook? Yeah, but he's about to be 34 years old. He can't shoot. He can't make free throws. He has bad hands. He can't play off ball. It doesn't matter if you won an MVP 6 years ago. What are you now? Jan Jackson said it best. What have you done for me lately? Right now, you're one of the worst, literally, hoop jogging, not making this up, one of the worst three-point shooters in the NBA of eligible three-point shooters. I ain't making this up. And defensively, that means you can't play no goddamn defense. As a matter of fact, him and LeBron James are two of the same kind. Shout out to Tupac. They holler offensive with the same line, meaning not playing defense. So, and I got my little stat. This was last year now. Granted, it was last year. They were ranked 436 apiece in defensive efficiency or defensive rating. I forgot what the actual term was. Defensive rating. I got a screenshot. So when I do a stream yard, I'll pull it up again. So it is what it is. Philly tried to get John Lucas on team staff to make Harden happy. Lucas declined to stay in Houston. John Lucas a funny dude, man. John Lucas would get in your ass. Bro, what in reference to what? Love him going to bump this post and AJ I made a few years ago about Westbrook and Harden being the same player. We were once two ninjas from the same kind. Used to holler at a defense with the same line. They are triple threat players who are too ball dependent. That usually ain't gonna work unless your name is LeBron James and you 6'9", 260. You know how Shannon Sharp gets excited and starts to battle those things out. All right, Thursday, a lot of players don't like Embiid. Jimmy didn't like him either. Simmons, Harden, honestly, Embiid's talented, but he's soft as fuck. He doesn't have that dog in him. I get it, man, but you know, league MVP, but I get it. LA Clippers have superstars, but Kawhi doesn't play. Yeah, I agree with that. They don't teach kids to think the game, though. It's about volume shooting, absolutely. Celtics are dumb for trading away Marcus Smart for Porzingis. Smart, well, so let me say this. The Clippers are just, they got to shake it up. And I'm sorry, the Celtics. Because their model wasn't working with Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. For whatever reason, when it's nut cutting time, that ain't going to get it. So you bring in a floor spreader like Porzingis, who Gallinari was supposed to be, but I guess you're banking on Porzingis actually being healthy. And in some way, you got yourself a stiffer white version of Wembanyama. So if you can get some value out of him, that gives the Celtics a new dynamic they didn't really have, because their floor spacer was your boy, I think Aaron Baines before, and Al Horford, again, guy I played in college, got a lot of respect for. You just don't want too many 40-year-old guys still walking around the NBA. So it's almost like you're gambling that you're getting rid of a guy who's kind of offensively limited to bringing a guy who could open that game up for your two guys, for your two stars. So, in theory, I like what they're trying to do. It's like one of those boom or bust, put everything on black, gambles. I actually do like that for the Celtics. That dynamic wasn't going to work. Porzingis is a borderline all-star. Yeah, absolutely. His defense kind of fell off just a little bit. Okay, y'all talking to each other. Solid role player for a borderline all-star. It's good trade. Yeah. I agree with that. Porzingis is overrated. I said what I said. Yeah, I mean, maybe so. But he changes the dynamic of the team, and they need a change because what they doing is not working. It's not working. When they need to get a bucket a certain kind of way, Jason Tatum all of a sudden can't make a layup no more. Jaylen Brown started thinking he Kobe, right? So you need a floor spacer who can also, drive to the basket, just more diversity offensively. I don't think that's a bad thing if it works out. All right, PJ Tucker had to get his ass. Yep. Let's see, but no one's talking about him anymore. I don't know what that was. Porzingis ain't got no excuse now to form. He got a third option. Yeah, I agree with that. So, all right, y'all. I'm about to head back to the J, man. I appreciate y'all being a part of the stream. Appreciate y'all being active in the chat. That's always good, man. Keep me going when y'all talking. Let's see. Splash All says he should get about 19 points a game. I would say about the 15 through 19 range is pretty safe. Yeah, that's pretty safe. I think him getting about 7 to 9 rebounds a game is important, and about a block and a half a game, because the Celtics definitely always got with him and Robert Williams out there. I like that combo. A hustle, smaller, big, plus the floor stretcher who got a little bit of rim protection ability. I like that dynamic. I think that's the. Yeah. Let's see, you earn yourself a sub, Hoop Jog. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Appreciate that. And I'll end it here. How many years you think Westbrook has left? I think Westbrook will play to about 37, 38. So that leaves him with about 3 or 4 more years. I can see that. Because he stays healthy. So he has a name. So, I mean, somebody would give him something. So, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Again, man, the chat was active. And I love it, man. So I appreciate y'all. And I'll talk to y'all on the flip side. Peace.